Hello. That was a very bad
Hello.
transition, but hey, this is our new, not new, first, whatever you want to call it, podcast. It's called Space Stuff, and we talk about space things. Ethan is up there in the top left, in the top right, that's Dylan, and then obviously there's me. Hi. Um, so there will be like an expert of a subject each week, and we'll just sort of like rotate each week so that we can all have a go with our like specialities. And I think you can take it away whenever you're ready.
Thank you. So this week it's white holes. I love white holes. They're something that I've always been interested in. So basically, white holes are the opposite of black holes. So where black holes would take stuff in, even light, white holes spew stuff out. And like this, I'm not sure if this is a widely believed theory, but my personal theory is that black holes suck in, white holes spew out. Yeah.
So
Any
basically,
questions?
what you're trying to say is if something gets sucked in by a black hole, eventually it'll get spewed out again by a white hole, if that's correct.
Eventually,
Eventually, yeah.
because of one of Newton's laws. I
Main
forget
word,
which one.
eventually.
I forget which
Yeah,
one. But like
could,
matter can never be
could be
created or
second.
destroyed, only changed form. And so if a black hole sucks stuff in, where does it go? It's not like it just all collects at the singularity, because then the
Exactly.
singularity would inevitably get bigger.
Yeah, the point is, like, if it does collect in singularity and then white holes don't actually exist, black holes could just take everything in, and at one point, it will just be the black hole collapsing into a singularity,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
So,
Ethan, do you have anything to add on that?
Well, well,
We're not getting into theories yet.
we don't know exactly how long. It's just eventually. Like it could be
yeah.
Yeah.
milliseconds, seconds, minutes, hours,
In
even
fact,
eons.
a few weeks ago, Laurie, I'm not sure if you were there, but me and Ethan definitely were just discussing, like, imagining just a queue to get out of the white hole, and it's just like it's several billion years long, and it's just like, hello, when's my turn? And everybody's just
Yeah.
moving at
Oh
light
yeah,
speed.
it's
So
Yeah.
just
good.
it's like the queue to go and get your dinner.
Yeah, except a lot
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah,
Which is fine. I don't know how anything can be worse, but
yeah,
there's
Mhm.
that.
it can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably could be, to be fair.
Isn't it ironic that I've like never had my face on screen on like the big screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is ironic. We've been on calls before, everyone, and Ethan has always turned his camera off, so this is a first.
Okay, so I would
Yeah.
like to discuss something very important.
Okay.
How are white holes formed? I just have to know. Like,
That is the point that I don't think I've thought of ever, but it's probably like the opposite way a black hole is formed, since it does like the opposite thing.
so what if a black hole is formed? A black hole is formed out of just matter, and what if a white hole is formed out of antimatter, and that's why they're so rare?
Yeah, what I was thinking is because black holes are made of like dead stars, white holes could just have a percentage of like a very low percentage of being born instead of a star.
Well, I mean, they're not necessarily dead stars, like the supermassive black holes at the center of
Fair
galaxy,
point. Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
fair
that.
enough.
Like, for example, the biggest black hole is called Ton 618.
Okay.
And it's huge. Like, if you see a picture of it, it is absolutely huge.
Yeah, I
Uh,
could probably find one to show you guys in the future if you remember.
Ton
But
618. Okay, it's
yeah,
massive.
yeah. I wouldn't necessarily be surprised if you did say Sagittarius A because it is a supermassive black hole at the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way. So I
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: the biggest black
genuinely
Let's
hole
get
wouldn't be
back on
surprised.
topic.
is like an ultramassive black hole.
Oh, so there's a difference between supermassive and ultramassive.
Yeah, ultramassive is big.
Like way too big.
I should
Hey,
probably be
hey, can I
taking
tell you a
notes.
fun fact about black holes?
Why?
Yes.
There's one at the edge of the solar system.
Oh yeah, yeah, that one that size of the penny, and that people used to think the planet was Planet Nine. And by the way, we need to get back on topic. We're talking about black holes, but then the topic is supposed to be white holes. So
Yeah.
Just ignore Ethan's background. Just ignore it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
yeah,
So,
there's nothing different. Same thing.
well, actually,
Yeah.
I'm gonna now change the topic of this from white holes to black holes and white holes because they're both equal.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're
Good
linked in a
idea.
way.
Okay. But white holes are still going to be in the title, so yeah, you've
Yeah.
had a nice surprise. But like, I'm just gonna talk about black holes for a few minutes.
Okay.
They're incredible. I don't know how they work from a physics standpoint. I'm not an astrophysicist yet. I'm not an astrophysicist yet.
Yet being the main word.
Yes. But like black holes are fascinating. Like they're basically the destroyer of worlds. Because if one
Yeah.
gets too big, theoretically, it could just keep. If it gets big enough, theoretically, it could just keep on evolving,
Yeah.
grow
And
infinitely.
then yeah, and then I guess that could be an end to the universe. Wink, wink, nod, nod. One of our topics. Wink, wink, nod, nod again.
Yeah.
And again, like black holes can be creators, like as well as destruction artists,
Yeah.
because they align the universe.
So,
Fair
but
The
enough.
galaxy.
Like almost an oxymoron type of situation, but with like black holes, because it could just sort of be like black holes make the universe as it is, therefore creating the new space, but also destroying what was previously in it. Like I completely understand that point now, Ethan.
Yeah.
well,
Which,
like so, just going back to white holes,
Yes.
they've been found theoretically. They've been found. They haven't been photographed, but they've been found.
Okay.
And
and wait, can I just? I'm guessing that they just found them by like random pieces of matter just being spewed out of nowhere.
probably, I haven't looked into it. I just know that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Probably. Just
Yeah,
something matter being spewed out of nowhere, just suddenly out of nowhere. Or
Yeah,
it could also be like radio interference because that has happened with the Big Bang. So I don't understand why it couldn't happen with white holes.
yeah.
Oh, can I tell you something about radio interference?
Uh-huh.
Once at a deep space telescope, they got random things, and it turned out just to be the microwave. I'm just gonna go back to black holes.
Off
Okay.
of bird droppings.
Theoretically,
Yeah.
a black hole could be the size of an atom.
Yeah,
Theoretically,
it could be in front of your face.
and I just thought about this right now, there could be a black hole the size of the universe, which is the universe, and which is in the black hole. Theoretically. But both of those are unlikely.
Yeah.
Laura, you just look wide-eyed.
I just realized how factual that could be.
Yeah.
Like because black holes take things in atom by atom, our planets could just be like a mix up of all other terrestrial objects from the actual universe that might just be this black hole.
Okay, now I'm wide-eyed.
Like Earth, as you can see on the background here. But like that this planet we live on could be a mix of like a million different planets from the exterior universe. It could be.
Like theoretically.
You said the word theoretically like 8 times now.
Yeah, because I don't want to get cancelled because
I'm gonna,
I'm
guys,
saying something
can
wrong.
I speak? I'm putting my hand up. Can I speak?
Yes.
I'm not gonna lie. Zoom, Zoom. You just call my internet unstable.
Okay, whatever.
I
I
am literally plugged into the internet. Okay.
okay, I couldn't care less about that.
Yeah, me neither. I get you.
Okay, but like,
So, guys, just letting you know, if Ethan suddenly goes off the call, you now know why.
Yeah,
yeah.
I was close to. You guys were frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Awkward silence.
me thinking.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, black holes. Um,
Yes.
I'm just going to talk about black holes uninterrupted for about a minute. Then
Sure thing.
flood me with questions, and I will just not answer any of them probably. But yeah. So black holes are black.
Stuck in light.
They suck in light, so therefore they create the event horizon around them, and there's just light circling around. And Ethan, I know
Yes.
that I told you that the thing, like the disk around a black hole, wasn't real.
Yeah.
Turns out it is.
Like, if we go back to the picture that was at the start of the thing,
Yeah.
it
If you
is
want to see
there.
that,
Like,
that would be great.
it's
Yeah.
completely there.
But isn't that supposed to be a white hole?
Yeah, it is. It looks really watery though, so I'm not really getting much of trust to be fair. But hey, it's an image and it works, so it'll do.
Yeah, it works.
Now,
That's the most we can say about it.
how long have we been going for? I feel like ages. Um, Awkward silence fills the room.
I'm just looking for something around my screen that tells us how long we've been on a call because I don't want to go over time.
I'm just going to continue looking and talking. But
Yeah.
if theoretically, we could have like, hang on, I'm going mad. I'm going absolutely mad.
It's fine.
Mm,
Confusing me,
thank you
guys.
so much. But like, I'm just going to be talking about black holes because I don't know enough. Frankly, the human race doesn't know enough white holes to make a 30-minute podcast about it.
Yeah.
So,
How do you think does matter travel from a black hole to a white hole? Does it enter like some kind of form that allows it to travel fast, like
yeah,
like teleportation, pretty much?
yeah. Basically, a black hole would get sucked in, and then it would reach singularity inside the black hole, and then
Yeah.
that would just be a warp, a warp hole, and it would just right to the white hole where it would go out.
Yeah.
But
It's
I've
still
got an issue, okay? And I just thought of this. If you've got lots of different, if you've got loads of matter coming from loads of different black holes, and it's going out like an atom at a time,
Yeah.
then surely it would just be spewed out so quickly and so densely that it would just collapse into a black hole.
That is another idea.
Because we
Yeah,
just
that
know
is
that white holes are a lot less common than black holes. Like we know
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, but like
It's got to be
more,
at least,
but
it's
like
got to be at least like 1.1.
multiple black holes could lead to a single white hole.
It's got to be 1.1 to 2, and even that would surely just create a black hole. Like
I have a theory.
theoretically, is my guess out of jail 3
You
cards.
said you said theoretically like 60 quintillion times.
I know it's my get out of jail free card.
Yeah.
So I can't be accused for anything if I say theoretically.
Yeah. I have another theory.
Yes.
Bombastic. No, that was really quick. Okay, so my theory is that over time, because of the amount of matter spewed out by a white hole, onto your point, Dylan, it could just collapse into a black hole. But if that sucks in too much, it might collapse back into a white hole, and it could just keep on going for forever. Like,
But
just like,
what if the black hole spells are slightly longer than the white hole spells? And then theoretically, the black holes will be more detectable if they last even for like a microsecond longer. They'll be more easily detectable. So it could just be a case of black holes and white holes are the same thing.
yeah, it could actually. Awkward silence number two.
Yeah.
Can I just take over a little?
Okay.
I feel like it's crazy that all of this is still following one of Newton's laws, which is matter cannot be created, only only change forms
Okay.
or whatever it is.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What are Newton's three laws?
I know
Oh,
what
come
the third.
on! You
I
can't
know
ask
what
me
the.
that one.
I know what the third one is.
Okay.
For every action performed
Yeah,
that
I know
is an
that one.
opposite. For example, if I threw this, my hand would go backwards
Make
automatically.
sure not to show the
Or if you
branding.
shot a gun, or if you shot a gun, you'd be like,
What's his second law?
I don't know.
I didn't know the first one.
The force on an object is equal to its mass times its acceleration. I don't know what that means either. And the
Okay,
first
I'm
law,
going.
an object will not change its motion until a force acts on it.
Yeah, that's it. That's understandable.
Newton's first law states.
Because like if you're in space with like absolutely nothing in you, like absolutely nothing, which like gravity is always acting on you. It can only be like intercepted slightly, but it cannot be like perfectly controlled. There will always be like some other act of gravity acting upon you. So there'll always be a force upon you, whether you're in interstellar space or in the core of Venus.
Yeah.
Yeah. For example, if I had this and I just left it somewhere and I didn't touch it, it wouldn't move anywhere, would it? But as soon as I touch it, it would move somewhere.
Yeah, but still, it
Every
might
object will
move.
remain. Every object will remain at rest or in uniform motion in a straight line unless compelled to change its state by the action of an external force, hence the orbit of planets around stars, because stars have like they're that external force. They're the ones that have the enough force to just keep things going around with the motion and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have
I
gone.
feel like we're really running out of things to say.
Yeah.
Do we just note again that I've not been on screen, even when I'm the only one talking?
Okay.
Whether that's my computer playing tricks on me.
So I think that we should end it here. Okay?
Yeah.
But I am just going to say for anybody watching that there is a great thing that you can do to get more information on black holes and a bit of white holes. Okay? It's this may just be personal preference, but there is an 8-video series, not necessarily series, but they're just 8 videos from a YouTube channel called Kurzgesagt, zero clue if I'm pronouncing that correctly, about black holes. They're really interesting. They taught me everything that I know. So if you want to learn more about black holes, definitely watch that.
Okay. So I guess that wraps up our first episode of Space Stuff. And
I'm gonna
What
go
are we doing next
invisible.
week? And who's the expert on it?
Dylan.
No, I've already done it. Next week.
The next episode expert is me. So
Yeah, so Ethan.
At least me crying in the corner.
yeah, you'll get a turn in 2 weeks. So see you next week.
Wait.
Can I go invisible first?
Okay. Yes.
What are you doing next week?
I am doing the beginning and end of the universe and the theories on how it could end from my brain and other people's brains. So
Yeah, I like that.
that's basically how it works. So
Okay.
yeah,
Please subscribe.
Hey,
and
can't mention my episode.
Bye.
bye. See you next week.